What's that in the sky? It's a bird. It's a plane. It's
Talk Geekly!
This is a Talk Geekly recommendation.
Holy hallouma, geeks and geekettes. Tom here, the resident Kryptonian, chilling in my fortress of solitude, and I am bringing you the first ever Geekly recommendation. And I am talking about Invincible. And before we move on, if you don't know much about Invincible and are trying to find out more, because this video is definitely not going to give you enough, I suggest heading over to YouTube and checking out the Who Is series on the Talk Geekly channel, where I actually do an episode on Invincible while drawing a Walking Dead comic book cover. Robert Kirkman, creator of Invincible, creator of The Walking Dead. So there was kind of this, it just made sense to mash them together. But let's get back to the meat and potatoes here. A lot of things happen in this cartoon adaptation, and they don't necessarily happen exactly in the pacing of the actual comic series, but I feel like all of it really does work and it makes sense. And I applaud them for kind of doing the changes they did, because they didn't seem rushed, and it added a lot of extra dimension to the character Mark, who does become invincible in the first episode. One of the things I also really enjoyed and appreciated was the fact that within that first episode, not only are we given a lot of the character building and world building, but something that I really loved was when we got to the end of that episode and actually got to enjoy the blood and gruesome violence that Invincible is known for. And it really makes the viewer actually, sit up and pay attention and say, hey, this is not the Justice League. This is not your typical superhero show, superhero cartoon for that matter. Watching the show, it had me feeling as if I was watching a comic book come to life. The action and animation, they're top notch. And I honestly believe that this show has opportunity for longevity. Given that the series went on for 144 issues, there's definitely a lot of story to tell. And of course, some of the biggest twists and turns are yet to come. And this is why I gotta highly recommend this show. And it's not just the animation, but the voice acting. Of course, great cast. J.K. Simmons, you can't go wrong with the guy. Hell, even the explosions and sound effects are top notch, next level stuff. You can definitely tell that there was a lot of money put into the production of this animated series. And I am a huge fan of animation, so I appreciate that, and I hope everyone else out there appreciates it as well. But of course, not only do I appreciate this show, I appreciate you checking out the video, and I can't wait to do another one of these very soon. So as always, keep it geekly.